Shalom. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah Kudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, Jeremiah 16, through the Spirit, verse 1. The word of Yahweh came also unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. For thus saith Yahweh, concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begat them in this land. They shall die of grievous deaths, they shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword, and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, and for the beasts of the earth. For thus saith Yahweh. So, going in on these 2/3, right? Yahweh mad at our people, man. Telling the prophets, Jeremiah was going in on the 2/3. Just like us, we go out there and we prophesy, and we go in on the 2/3. The same thing the prophet Jeremiah was doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? It says, but they shall be, in verse 4, in the middle of it, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be the meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. For thus saith Yahweh, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go and lament nor bemoan them, for I have taken away my peace from this people, saith Yahweh, even loving kindness and mercies. So this is how you know he's talking about the elect, because who did he have mercy on? He only ever had mercy on the 2/3, and Israel as a whole nation. He only had mercy on Israel. This is how you know it's talking about our people, right? For thus saith Yahweh, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament nor bemoan them, for I have taken away my peace from this people, saith Yahweh, even loving kindness and mercies. So it's talking about the Israelites, and Yahweh was pissed off at our people. And when he gets mad at the people, at the Israelites, what does he do? He sets up his prophets in all ages, and his prophets are set up to warn the nation and tell the nation what's going to happen to them, just like we're doing right now in this age. In this age, what are we telling you? We're telling you that Esau Edom, he's going to bring a micro C hit on you, that mark of the beast, and then he's eventually going to start firing off missiles. And what's going to happen in that day? A lot of the same things we're reading here, right? Let me see. Let me go back up to 4. It says, they shall be consumed by the sword. That's going to happen. And their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven. Right? Let's get that real quick. In Revelation 17, it talks about that, how Yahweh's going to give the fowls in the air a great feast, the supper, right? A great supper. And it's funny. Well, not funny, but I was driving the other day to work, and I saw this bird there was like a prairie dog, right, that got killed in the street, hit by a car. And I saw this bird eating that prairie dog off the street. It made me think of this verse. Let me see. I thought it was Revelation 17. Salakia. Oh man. Oh man. Salakia. Let me just find this verse. But I saw this bird eating a freshly killed prairie dog off the road. It made me think of the verse of the great supper, the great feast that Yahweh promises these birds, right? Oh man, this thing is. Hang on 1 second. Okay, it's lucky I had to grab the mouse because my finger was not working on the little pad to change the computer up here. But there's that verse in Revelation. All right, let me see. Oh, it's Revelation 19 and 17. That's why I was thinking it was 17. So Revelation 19 and 17, it says, "And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power Yahweh, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great." Because there's going to be so many carcasses and dead people, when Yahweh starts putting judgment on this place. And so what happens, that when people just start dying dead in the street, you just have just a bunch of people dead in the street. What's going to happen? Them birds, they're going to swoop down. They're going to be eating the fresh kill, man. Eating that meat, eating that fresh kill. That's what that bird was doing that day with that prairie dog. You see the piece of meat just dangling from his mouth, out that bird's mouth. And that's the same thing that's going to happen when the Lord starts casting judgment on this place. Jeremiah 16 and verse 5. "For thus saith Yahweh, Enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament, nor bemoan them, for I have taken away my peace from this people, saith Yahweh, even loving kindness and mercies." So right now, he's giving the 2/3 mercy by setting up the prophets. But the problem is, the 2/3 are so wicked, they don't have a spirit to believe the prophets. So they're going to have to deal with the judgment of Yahweh. All right, verse 6. "Both the great and the small shall die in this land." And remember, we read that just in that verse in Revelation, with the birds eating the flesh of kings, the flesh of bondmen, which the bondman means a slave man, an average, citizen. It don't matter what status you are. It don't matter what, how much money you have. When the Lord starts bringing judgment, both the rich and the poor are going to be judged, and they're going to be, like we read in Revelation, and birds going to be eating their flesh right off the ground, right off their dead bodies. Okay. Verse 6 still says, let me see. They shall not be buried, neither. Well, let me read it again. Both the great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor cut themselves, nor make themselves bald for them. Neither shall men tear themselves for them in mourning to comfort them for the dead. Neither shall men give them the cup of consolation to drink for their father or for their mother. Thou shalt not also go into the house of feasting and to sit with them to eat and drink. All right, because these people, like I said, like we're reading, they're going to cast a great judgment, just like in times past. The Lord Yahweh has been judging the nation of Israel for a long time. All these different captivities we had to go into, we've been getting fucked up by the heathen. And then in these last days, what's going to happen? The same thing. Yahweh's going to fuck up the 2/3, and he's going to use the heathen to do it. He's going to use Esau. He's going to send them missiles. It's going to kill a lot of Israelites. And those Israelites are going to be those ones who are not of the elect, who are not repenting, who are still in their false doctrines, who are following their false gods, who can't get right. Right? Verse 8. Thou shalt not also go into the house of feasting to sit with them to eat and drink. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes, and in your days the voice of mirth, and the voice of gladness, and the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride. Right. And this is talking about, because you got to understand there's nothing new under the sun. This happened once before where our people were getting fucked up, and it's going to happen again. There's no mirth, right? And this is talking about Israel. But now we fast forward, it talks about there's no mirth in the land. There's no mirth. There's no mirth here in Babylon. A lot of people are suffering, a lot of people, and it's all the Lord bringing these calamities, bringing these judgments on the people. Let me see, there is no mirth in this is the Lord judging people. The Lord's judging Babylon, America right now. That's why you look around, you see these places falling apart. It's collapsing. From the infrastructure, from the government, the just everything around here is degenerate. I saw a story on the news show Redacted, where I think it was in Virginia. There's like a marine base, a military marine base, and you just had some random tyrants running up in there, fucking up that base, like just trying to at least they there was a breach of security, a lack of security in that base, and they had these dudes driving an SUV, wrecking it into things, and they were trying to just break into it. And why? Because America's collapsing. You don't have. It's not the it's not this mighty place that everybody once thought it was. It's a vulnerable place, man. Let's get this. Isaiah 24:11. It says, "There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone." And that's America right now. Right? The joy is darkened. This place, it's done, man. You have these wives, these women, they're fucking leaving their men, cheating on them, using the social media to meet other men while they're still married. And then you have men losing their minds on behalf of these women that they thought were their wives, and they thought that, these are they're the children, the mothers of their children. And these dudes are losing their mind, man. I've seen it. Everyone sees it, And talked to this one guy I used to know, and I could tell this dude was losing his mind. And why? Because Babylon has even affected the heathen. Their women are doing the same thing, acting like whores, using the internet to be to be loose. And this guy, I was talking to him, and he was just like basically saying he's gonna end up in prison because he's gonna kill the guy who was the adulterer with his wife. And the dude could just, by listening to the dude, you could tell he's lost his mind. So it's crazy here in Babylon, man. These women are fucking these dudes over, man. The women are wicked as hell here. And it's all judgment. It's Yahweh. He's allowing all this stuff to happen, all this adultery and all this stuff, because it's punishment. It's punishment. He's punishing us. He's the Israelites. He's punishing the heathen. It's just judgment time. This is the beginning of sorrows. Things are going to just start getting worse and worse. The elect are the only ones who are going to have that stability and that wisdom, which is Isaiah 33:6. The wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. Like when I talked to that guy, you could tell he didn't have no wisdom and knowledge because he was weak in crisis, right? If you're weak in crisis, you're weak indeed, Meaning when you have a crisis in your life and you're just weak to it, you lose your mind or you lose your wits, then guess what? You're weak. It's the elect, starting out with the prophets, that are going to be, we're not going to be weak in the crisis. And which crisis am I talking to? Jacob's trouble. When everything is just fucked up and, we're in the midst of Jacob's trouble, full-fledged Jacob trouble. Well, guess what? The elect men are going to have that stability, and we're going to be able to keep our wits. We're not going to be losing our mind like these heathen in these 2/3, right? What is it? Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Okay, so that's the only thing that's going to keep you stable when the Lord starts judging Babylon, America, on a very high level. Because right now, yeah, there's judgment going out, but we're talking about full-fledged judgment, full-fledged Jacob's trouble, martial law, right? When you see all these dead bodies in the street, you'll see the birds eating the flesh right off the ground of the carcasses of these people, right? When you just walk outside and it's like normal to see a fucking a flock of birds just eating a fucking human body out in the street, because it says they're not going to be buried. And why won't they be buried? Because it's going to be so much fucking death. They're not going to keep up with the body count. They ain't gonna be able to just start burying everybody, because death is gonna be like it's gonna be like common, so common that lots of people are gonna die in grievous manners, man. And if you're not of the elect, you ain't got no hope, man. Let me see, Jeremiah 16, verse 10. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath Yahweh pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is it, or what is our iniquity, or what is our sin that we have committed against Yahweh our power? Right? So that's what they do now. We're telling them what's about to happen, and they don't believe it. That's what this is reading. That's what we're reading right here. Like, where's this, where is this happening? Where is this written that we're going to get fucked up by the military? Where is this happening that birds are going to eat my carcass? Where is this? Who says this? Because they don't believe it. They don't read the scriptures. They don't believe the scriptures, even if they read it. And the other thing, even if you're not of the elect, and even if you read this Bible, you're not going to understand it. So you're going to just be like a dumb, just ignorant, right? A dummy, like saying, where is this all? Like, where is this written that we're going to get, burned in nuclear fire, because they don't understand parables. There's like, the word nuclear is not in the Bible. The word missile is not in the Bible. Well, yeah, it is if you understand parables, but parables are not for everybody, right? You can tell them, you can teach them, but they ain't gonna understand if they're not of the elect. Mark 4:11. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables, right? So say they don't know where the missiles are in the Bible. They don't know where they don't even know where the chariots. They use what they call UFOs. Well, what do you mean you're gonna go up in a UFO when the nuclear fire is happening? What do you mean, right? Because what we're reading right here, they don't understand the parables, right? They don't understand the mysteries of the kingdom of Yahweh. But who does understand the mysteries? Who does understand the secrets? It's the Lord's men, the ones who are set up on the street prophesying. Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. And another word for secret is mystery. All right. So you can sit there and not believe the Lord's men. You can sit there and laugh and scoff and mock and walk past us and wag your head. And all of that is prophecy. You're so really, when that happens to us men of Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, we can't even get mad at you, because it's supposed to happen that way. You're supposed to have all those things happening to the Lord's men. We're supposed to be mocked, scoffed, laughed at. People are set up not to believe us, and who sets you up to not believe the Lord's prophet? He himself sets you up to believe it. He doesn't give everybody a spirit to believe the scriptures. He doesn't give everyone the spirit to believe that his men on the streets are his prophets. All right? It's prophecy. So everything that happens literally is prophecy. Jeremiah 16:11. Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith Yahweh, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. Does that sound familiar? Right? This is during Jeremiah's time, right? And we're in the American captivity. So what's familiar? It's these fucking people doing the same thing our people have always done, forsaking Yahweh, not walked in his ways, not walked in his laws. You see? And Jeremiah, he was in ancient Babylon. He was in the captivity of ancient Babylon. And now here are the prophets in the spiritual Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. And guess what? These people are just like the Walking Dead. The Most High is going to judge them. He's going to fuck a lot of our people up, man. We know that through the scripture. We know that through prophecy. But they don't believe it. Just like they didn't believe it in Jeremiah's time. They were like, what? Where is this written? Who's going to, where does it say I'm going to get, judged? Where does it say that I'm going to get fucked up? Where does it say that you know what I mean? This is how it is today. They don't believe the scriptures, man. Where's some and then verse 12, and just fast forward to our generation, because that when we read this verse 12, it says, and ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil hearts, and they may not hearken unto me. So it's like, okay, if this generation in Jeremiah's when he was that ancient Babylonian captivity, if they were wicked, how much more this American captivity is, they're even more wicked. Just look around, man. Constantly we're being vexed by the conversation of the wicked. Constantly we're being vexed by our women who are out of order. You're being vexed by the men who they're out of order. None of these people, they have no light in them. The spirit of Yahweh is not on the majority of the people. They're wicked as hell. They're doing worse if Yahweh was telling Jeremiah that the people of Babylon in his age were worse than their forefathers, come on, man. How much worse are they in this day and age? This is the ultimate. Well, again, it's because the wicked are ruling, right? And so let's get this verse. I haven't grabbed it for a while. It comes to mind. Maccabees 1:9. Oops, 1:9. It says, and after his death, they all put. And this is talking about Alexander, right? After Alexander the Great, because he ruled all. He was that first king of Babylon. I mean, not Babylon. He was that first king of Esau when that was set up to dominate the earth. When Esau started taking rulership and dominion over the earth, Alexander was that first king set over them. Then when he died, this is what we're reading about, verse 9. And after his death, after Alexander's death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So if that's talking about evils being multiplied in the earth during the time of Alexander, they call him the Great. We call him Alexander the Freak, right? Alexander the Greek. How much more has the evil has been multiplied in now that we're at the end of Esau's kingdom? Because this is the beginning of Esau's kingdom. The evils were multiplied, right? And now it's way worse. The evils have been multiplied even more. On being, living under these wicked Edomites and in their rulership, while they're in their dominion, this wickedness has increased. Jeremiah 16:13 says, therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there shall ye serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor. And that's what he's doing here. Same thing in America. He's not showing a lot of our people favor. He's allowed them to worship false gods, false idols, just like in times past, man. Our people are wicked as hell. We say it all the time. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. And we're in that age right now. Our people don't sit there and remember the Lord bringing us out of Egypt. They don't sit there and pay homage to that, or remember the history. And part of it is because they're so dumbed down and degenerate. They don't even realize that was us being brought out of Egypt, because they don't understand reincarnation and they don't understand their heritage. So the Lord can fuck you up in many ways. You over here right now in Babylon, America, you go into the pagan Christian church and you're an Israelite. You don't know. First of all, you don't know your power, and you don't even know who you are. But you think you're doing good by going to that pagan Christian church and sitting in that pew and just listening to that Edomite, because it's usually an Edomite out here, in the pulpit, just teaching the scriptures according to lies, according to lack of understanding, And now it's being evident even more and more, because the truth is out, right? The truth is making its way through the uttermost parts of the earth.